All right, we will call the August 24th, Bourbon Plan Commission meeting to order at 6 p.m. If anybody wants to take some time to read through the minutes from our last meeting on June 1st. Anybody have any questions about the minutes from last meeting? Anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the June 1st meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Alright, we don't currently have any old business. Okay, for new business, it looks like we have a public hearing for Jerry Faulkner. Somebody want to make a motion to open the public hearing?
And for Mike.
Oh, and for Mike? Okay, for Jerry Faulkner, Mike Faulkner. Okay.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Susie, do you want us to go over the request and then we can discuss?
The request is made with Jerry Faulkner because technically when this was made, he was the property owner that's on file. But since then, Mike and his wife Ashley are now the owners, but it's not actually recorded. So according to our attorney, I just need it on record that they're all here, and that he said to proceed instead of changing it for next month because of all the technicalities. So I do want that on record, which we did. So the Faulkners are asking for 502 East Schaefer Street to be rezoned to a two-family group home. From a single-family home, they would like to add another house to that property. And the picture of what they would like drawn, Steve Duff would be the one to build the residence. I do want to say that I did ask if they would be willing to split the property, because after my class with some things the town had to do, two-family group home does not mean two single-family homes on the property. It's two families in one home. It would be easier to split the parcels. Otherwise, we might have to go before the BZA depending on what you all decide. So that's what I have. It's a very large property. It's 1.2 acres. There's plenty of space because we have a 6,000 minimum to build on a single-family home. So there's plenty of square footage for that. That's what I have.
Are you guys okay with splitting it? I want to split it, just trying to get things done.
I don't really want to.
Okay.
But,
Why are you opposed to splitting it? If it makes it easier for your zoning approval and to assure that you will have a group home in there one day, what's your opposition to? I mean, help us understand your stance.
well, I mean, obviously, this is my first go around. So, with any type of build or anything, so I don't really want to have to pay two property taxes, and I'm sure I would have to do that. Correct?
for the two
I
separate
mean, it
parcels.
would be in two separate parcels, so it would all be under your name in one bill. Whoever named the property, it would all be under one invoice.
Yeah,
We receive all our parcels on one invoice.
Well, the existing apartment there right now is not, maybe not gonna have somebody in it at all times.
It's only gonna be temporary.
It's a temporary deal, so, you know, it's mostly storage right there. It does have a living quarter in it, but that could always be taken out when they decide that when they're not gonna be living there.
because we're actually in the process of selling our house now, and we would want to live there till the house was built. So
That's not my concern. The immediate is not my concern. My concern is more for the future of a potential group home once we change the zoning,
No, it'd only be our son or daughter living there.
as long as you own the property.
The-
That's the fear.
We're living there till we pass away.
I know that's your plan today. I know that's your plan today.
So what do you guys call it, a group home?
That's what the zoning for B is considered, it's B
It's
zoning
not multi,
is B for B, two-family residential, is located, it's, let me look it up here. I can get you the actual
I guess I
information.
got different. when I
It's
think of group
two-family.
home,
Zoning for B is two-family and group home district. That is the zoning B, that's the title of the zone B.
So what's a duplex then?
A duplex would be a two-family, so that would be zoning for B. That would be one structure, two families in one structure, so a true duplex where they share a wall or share connecting. This would be a separate residence, so it'd be two residences on the parcel.
So what if we made it uninhabitable? Like, what do you consider uninhabitable? Like,
So-
no kitchen? I'm just asking.
Which part of no, the existing garage is what you're saying?
There's a
No,
little apartment.
there's
There is an
apartments,
apartment.
there's apartments there.
Yeah, I know, it's
been rented
it's
for
an
years.
apartment, basically, it is an apartment.
It qualifies as a resident.
It qualifies as the residence, cause that's the address.
So you guys want to live in the existing structure, while the front one, the other house is being built.
Correct.
Correct.
Would you tear down the back building then, the existing building?
No,
No.
if anything, I would make it a workshop or something like that.
If we had to, but we want to put our oldest son in there. And then eventually our daughter. And after that, then,
And they won't be there forever.
no, and then they're done. And then they've our youngest, but I don't want to be renting it out to Joe Blow down the street.
Yeah,
Right in my backyard.
Yeah.
It'll be a pool house or just open.
Both his kids are holding up
They're
the.
20 and 18.
Pretty quick.
Well, Malia says her concern is that if you ever sell the property and it becomes somebody else's, what are they gonna do with it? So we gotta make a choice now for the future. What if, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, you're fine.
What if you, instead of two separate buildings, what if you attached the two? Would that be considered, I'm just asking a question too, if they attached those two somehow, would it be one structure?
That would be a duplex then.
Even if it was just a pavilion, and that would still be a duplex. If it didn't have any walls, it just had like,
Breezeway or something.
Yeah.
Or like a roof, like a shared joint patio. With a roof over top of it.
Well, instead of going to that great length, unless that's really what you wanna do, it would just be easier to have the two parcels split. You could still do what you wanted with them once the approval's gone through. You would just have two individual tax bills. There wouldn't be any other change.
but isn't that more tax?
More taxes.
Yeah, more taxes.
That's what I'm trying to get away from.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a tax revenue on a new home and then selling a home or bringing another family into the community, it's a win-win, I think, for the town. You know.
So they would share the driveway, that's the other part I got. If you'd split the property, you'd have to have two separate driveways.
Yeah, we would like to try keep it on one water, one power, you know? and-
Share the driveway,
Yeah,
but I
So
said,
it's town, so
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that.
Yeah.
That, you would be all on town power, or town water, and it would be NIPSCO power regardless of whether you had zoned, no matter what you're zoned, and no matter what you are, split property or not, that would remain on one. If you chose to.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You wanna have both residents on the same water? Is that what you said?
I don't know.
I don't know if that would work. That's because the town, because that's
2 meters.
two separate, yeah, you're gonna need 2 meters
That would-
for everything. I don't believe the town would let you just tap into the water. I mean, I'm not
It would-
positive, but that would be,
Well, there'd be
I
two
mean-
separate addresses.
right, which 2 separate addresses
Well,
has to be 2 separate meters.
Right.
but we don't want two separate, we want, if we can.
Well, but another problem that Kim had brought up to me was if emergency services is called in, they need to know where to go. And if the address is up front, I mean, we've already had that because of a choice that was made here in town. And somebody almost lost their life because 911 couldn't find them.
so
So
what if we just redo our plans and basically build right up to that and just that structure is tied in with the new house?
That's what you're saying, and I would use.
Yeah.
I mean, not, I'm talking like right
Right, and that
up
would
to
be a
it.
duplex, that's what a duplex is, they share one wall.
I think I mean, if we connected them and then made that just your garage once your house is built, then it becomes a home that you've added on with a garage. Cause you said you wanted a garage for you to work in.
Workshop.
Then you could, I'm not really the water department, so.
I ain't either, so you'd have to ask them.
So,
So if they added them or connected them, it'd be one structure.
Could you guys come off your, garage? That way, leave
Yes.
that other apartment open, can you come off of that?
So what, you were told what we were gonna do, what we just talked about doing?
But can I ask you this, let me pose this question, it might make your answer more clear to us. If you have ownership of the current structure that's there, that is an established residence, right down to the address, the water, the utility bills, everything. What if you just put an addition on that structure?
That's what I'm talking about, building the new
Then
house.
you don't need
Right
to change
up
your
to
zoning.
correct.
You won't need to change your zoning, because if you add an addition to the existing structure, you're simply adding an addition on your home.
Just, an addition's bigger than the original home.
Yeah,
Well, that's not for us.
Right, and there's plenty of space to work.
Yeah, that's not for us. Ours is whether you have plenty of space, and it sounds as you do.
okay,
So you basically own a home, you wanna put an addition on.
another home.
I already knew it.
Leave that part out.
Yeah.
Leave that part to the side when you say it,
Yeah.
because that sounds like it needs a second address, a
Yeah.
second hookup to the systems.
Okay.
When in fact, that can be avoided if you put an addition on the existing structure.
You're just building a bigger addition.
Yeah.
To the already existing home.
So
Steve, what do you think about that? Is that possible?
that's possible, but we only have to use 3 feet of the existing
You know the
building
rules.
to add on to it.
You know the rules, as long as you follow them.
So we don't have to use one common wall of 3 feet, and we can put the house up front of that, as long as we're 3 feet in on that, and add the house to it, and they're connected, and it's one single resident.
If you have the rules in black and white and you follow them.
Yeah, that's code, well, that's Marshall County, you know.
I'm a neighbor.
Yeah.
And I would love to see a large family home on this property. I'm not opposed.
Nice.
My questioning is not opposition. Understand that.
Yeah.
But there are ways and things to do it, and we got to follow that.
Yeah.
And it's not, that's my personal, as a neighbor, I'm not opposed. That doesn't mean it can't get away from all of this. It has to fit in all of this.
So they'd have to go to the BZA if they want to restructure an addition?
No,
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
as long as they follow setbacks and all the rules that they need, then no.
Wow.
Marshall
They
County
won't
will
have
give
to do
that.
anything with
Marshall County.
yours.
Okay. Nice,
it would remain a single family.
so you were just adding on,
Well, yeah, and our first plan was to put the house, you know, where we had it staked out, but, you know, if we can't do that, to keep it one property, you know, not split it up.
Yeah.
So,
That might make it easier for you guys too, though, so you want to go through the zoning.
long
you want to
run,
go
yeah.
through all of it.
Unless you wanna be able to get into that building from your house and not like go out in the snow.
There you go.
There's his thatched garage.
so you just something to think about.
So, the big concerns with it being the single family, or the multifamily group homes, they have to be connected. There isn't, even if you were to build the home attached to the garage, you wouldn't necessarily have to make access to that, and you could still keep it kind of separate. That might solve some of the problems for us to be able to approve it. Unfortunately, it's just the two-family with it being two separate houses just doesn't fall within the two-family home property requirements. So, we definitely want more houses in Bourbon, and we want more growth in Bourbon, and a new house in Bourbon would be growth. I know you wanna stay there forever, but if that were to ever change, that would be a much bigger house on a property for somebody else to be able to live in, or the one that you're selling, that kind of thing. So that does fall within the requirements of our comprehensive plan for Bourbon, which is create more family housing. It's just being with the two separate, it just doesn't fall within the guidelines for B, unfortunately. Did anybody else have anything that they wanted to speak on in regards to it? Any other questions? Okay, if everybody's okay, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, so once we've heard what you plan to do with it, what we'll do is we discuss among ourselves and come to an actual decision, an official decision for it. Does anybody have any questions, comments in regards?
I discussed everything I'm gonna discuss.
So after we talked, what, have you kind of rethought things, what you might change or do?
I mean, well, I would like to get with him and see what his ideas are on, maybe how to do the connection.
They need an opportunity to reconsider their
Mhm.
choices.
So,
Tonight, I think, I'd like to make a motion to deny their request as it stands, but in hopes that they will return with a new plan to put a residence on the property.
So,
There's already a residence.
Well,
Addition.
I mean,
My-
in addition.
my question, here's what I would propose. I would propose to table, because depending on what you guys decide, whether you build onto the garage and attach it to the garage, whether you actually connect those or keep them as two separate living areas, that if there are two separate living areas and you do plan on renting out the one, even if it's to family, that might require you to come back for the BZA, because that would be then a two-family home.
okay.
So it's really gonna depend on what your guys' decisions are with the addition, if it's connected or if it'll be
We're
separate.
within 6 or 8 feet of the house right now with the back deck, or gonna come off the back of the new house to the garage.
Mhm.
So it's not really that big of a deal to get on over there a little bit, to get to a 3-foot common area.
Great.
So I don't see why we need to deny it,
Well, table is the better choice of words. My deny, I should've
Tabling
said
it isn't denying or approving it, it's giving you the opportunity to come up with the plan. And then if we need to do a B, then we can do that once we have plans.
So
that we
you
can
just need a
afford.
new drawing, is what you're telling us, of where locations and stuff.
And if they don't want to change anything, then we can come to the zoning.
Right. It's only if you're keeping that as a separate, completely separate from the
And we're
house.
not, we're just calling it an add-on to a single family residence that's already there.
That's it. Add on.
Stay A,
And do I understand right, they don't actually have to connect them as long as they're within 3 feet of each other, is what you're saying?
No, they would have to be connected for.
A single wall.
It has,
3 feet of the wall.
it has to be connected to be considered the same residence.
Okay.
about the width of the doorway.
Okay, so we had talked about this too, where we may basically take the apartment completely out, because that used to be an old horse barn.
Right.
Yeah,
So if we would take the apartment completely out and just make it a shop, could we do the house where it is now?
You wouldn't have to come before us for that. That would just be a single family residence with a detached garage.
Okay.
It's only if you keep the detached garage as it is now with the apartment in there. If you keep it and plan to rent it out,
Yeah.
that makes it a 2-family or a rental property.
Yeah.
That's where the issue. If you're gonna live in it, build your house and then move into your house and then have a garage, you're fine.
Okay.
That's just a single family residence then.
But that doesn't give your children a place to reside
Well,
separately.
usually you'll give us 1 year, right, to vacate it, and that's the common,
I mean, you can live in it while the house is being built,
yeah.
is typically how that works.
Usually figure 1 year for a new house.
When the house is completed, then you don't get an additional year from completion. There's that timeframe also been
Permits are good
1
for
year,
2
correct?
years,
Right.
commercial
I
county.
think whatever you guys decide, if you want to go that route to let them build a new house and then,
Reapproach.
well, it's definitely a reapproach, but it would need to be in writing of how long you will give them from the time the house is finished, so the time they can convert that back into a garage and take out the living area. It needs to be very detailed and in their files so that you can check on them at the time to make sure it's done.
Correct. But if we're tabling it because we're not doing the B,
Correct.
that is the only thing that is on the table today is to move it to a B. So if we table just the B, that would be during their building permitting process, wouldn't it?
I'm just saying, if that's what you guys are gonna do, rather than you're gonna leave a single family the way it is, then if you're giving them the green light to build their home,
I think that's under single family, because they are allowed to have an accessory
is allowed.
structure.
but you need to give them a time frame to turn it back into a garage only once the house is built, is what I'm saying. It is allowed to have
I think
that.
that's already in there though, is the book. Because we had that issue with another thing that wanted to do that.
there's a time frame in there.
There's a time frame.
I thought so.
I think it's 1 year after completion, or 1 year. When I was reading the book, it was.
Because we had that with one of the other, applications we had previously where they built a garage to live in while they built their house.
"90 days comes up a lot.
That's obviously not, but
If you connect, I'm still coming, if you connect the two, it'd still be considered one dwelling,
But does it have to have walls? Does it have to have
just
like?
one common wall.
You have to butt up to it. It can't just be pavilion style. You have to butt up to it.
Okay.
I think,
And
is that
then
what you're asking?
Yeah.
Is that what you
You
meant?
You don't have to worry about anything we're talking about.
It's probably
Still all one, you just have now, when you add on the new, you're adding more living room and bedroom space, which what you already have.
Yeah.
Accessory buildings may be constructed or used. No accessory building shall be used prior to the principal building being used except for as a storage facility. There's no showtime. These residential facilities.
And so it would be mostly there's not a whole lot on accessory structure.
I like the idea of tabling it and let them come up with a new plan.
So what do I tell Marshall County when I apply for a building permit?
So you're,
Just a single family building permit.
it's a single family residence, it's its own single family currently.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're,
How would you apply to put on an addition to someone's house?
just, you go in and apply that you're.
That's
That's
what
what
you're
you're
doing if you're putting the
Like
addition on.
1,400 square foot addition and.
You would be applying to put an addition on an existing residence.
Yeah, so then after the resident is built, permitting allows 2 years. Usually a year to build, a year to vacate. So, I mean, I guess,
Well, you would have to, even if connected, would you have to vacate?
you know, we would have to vacate it, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to vacate it if you connect it because it's part of the residence, but if you wanna keep it as a separate structure,
But I think, you know, if we, you know, I know you wanted the house more in the center of the lot, so you had the same green space on both sides.
Well, if you build
then
enough houses, it will be.
vacate it within the time frame that this county gives you and you'll have a existing structure that doesn't have a residence in it and you'll just have one residence on that.
On the vacation is usually 1 year after they take occupancy.
I don't have that in front of me, I'd like to see it in black and white before I say, yes, I agree, but
No, I
if
mean,
that's
I'm
what it
just-
is, then that's what we would
Because
have
that's why
to
your
follow.
building permits are a 2-year building permit. If you want to build it, and before you close your permit out,
If that's what it is, then that's what it would be. But, I mean, none of us have that in front of us, I don't think we're familiarity to confirm that tonight.
So I'm gonna make a motion to table the proposal as it was requested. And maybe one second.
A second, it.
Put it in that if they need to come back or
Yeah.
because if they're not doing it, we can only do this, come back.
so what do you need from us then?
Depends on what you decide.
Yeah.
Depends on what the homeowners come together with you and make a decision on. If you don't, put a separate residence in, you just put an addition, we don't need to see you again.
Or if you vacate that in a lot of time frame.
If you choose to go that route and you follow the black and white rules the county set out, then
Still single
I
family.
don't know that we would see you again. It's still single family as long as you vacate the second residence within the black, what's on
The
the
requirement.
requirement time.
Okay.
So you've got options. We're not
Yeah.
shutting you down.
Yeah.
Don't see it as such.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Have a nice-
See, guys, you,
And then
Pretty good.
we don't have anything else for the planning commission? Okay, I will make a motion to close the meeting. Somebody want a
I'll
second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?